I'm going to introduce one new function in this visualization. All right, suppose we want the healthcare expense and infant mortality rate side by side. Okay, and for country. So let's bring in country into rows. Okay, so healthcare expense per capita, and then infant mortality rate on the side. So now we have two bar charts. Okay, so there are 23 nulls. We'll take care of nulls in just a second. And suppose we want to only look at 2010. So bring in here into filters and select 2010. All right. Okay. Now we want to bring in the set. Once again, we want to show in or out of set. Okay, so I'm going to click in, and we'll make that filter visible. So you can select in the set or out of the set or the whole thing. Okay. Now we're going to bring in region into color. All right, so we have different colors here for the region. And suppose we want to sort this by infant mortality rate, so smallest to the largest. And we want to include, say, labels. Okay. What do you need to do? You need to click that. So that's going to give you the labels for each of them: healthcare expense, the infant mortality rate, and to control how the labels are displayed, okay, or alignment. You can do it in two different ways. So you can do it from here, alignment. Okay, so if you select that, it goes inside. Okay. Now we want to control the format. So click format. Okay, so here we want to format the pane. Okay, and we can select which variable we want to format from here. So healthcare expense. So let's go ahead and put the default with the dollar sign. Okay, let's get rid of the decimal places. Okay, and suppose we want the infant mortality rate as a percentage. Okay. So again, infant mortality rate, default percentage, and I don't know, one, two decimal places or one. Okay. All right. Up to this is we've done all of these at one time or another previously. All right. So now suppose we want to add an additional column that shows the rank of each country, okay, in this list. Okay. There is a function in Tableau that does that. That's called index. It will index each row based on pane or table and so on. But the basic function itself, you can enter it as an ad hoc function, ad hoc calculated field. Ad hoc calculated field is something that you enter straight into the shelf. So like here, if you double click in this area, that will open up a pill for you, and then you can type in the function that you want. And the function here is index, right? So index. Okay. Now if you click enter, so that's going to enter the index, but the problem is the default is continuous. The result is continuous instead of being discrete like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to change this pill into discrete from continuous. Okay. When you change it to discrete, then you will see the numbers appear. Okay. Now we can move this here. So you will see the index first. Okay. But the problem is, the index is not for each country. And that's because it is not set to country and region. See, there are two dimensions in this visualization. There is country and there is region. Okay. So you need to go in here, okay, and edit the table computation. So this is called a table computation, where this is a table where you are now numbering each row in the table. Okay. So edit table computation. So now, see, country is selected, but region is not selected. So you have to do specific dimensions and then click region as well. Then for each country and region, you'll get a number. Okay. Now we're going to use this later in the next chapter. We'll see how to give interactivity. Suppose you want the user to be able to select the top 10 or top 15, top 20. You know, that you give user to decide how many they want to see. Okay, so we can control that using parameters, and that's next chapter.